What's up, everybody? ArrgThePirate here, and today we're going to play a little Cernunnos in the dual lane. Now, this is by far the longest match I've ever played in Smite, and I'm going to try my best to get through it quickly, but get strapped in, guys, because it's a long one. But I'm going to start out with my build, and I've got Charge Morningstar, Chalice of Healing, and Aegis for my starting build. And then I'm going to build into Transcendence, Warrior Tabby, the Executioner, Deathbringer, Quinsize, Bloodforge, and then I've got Wards and Blink, and end up getting the potions, and oh, we have a ton of gold at the end of this. Now, of course, we have to go over his kit, and first up we have his passive Heavy Glaive. Cernunnos wields a glaive as his weapon. His basic attacks deal additional damage to enemies in melee range while he is throwing it. In addition, the additional damage from the Heavy Glaive does not trigger any effects from items or abilities. It can also not critically strike, and it's 25% damage increase. Next up, we have his one Shifter of Seasons, and when you activate this ability, you rotate through 4 different bonuses to his basic attacks. And Spring Growth is physical lifesteal, Summer Heat is physical power, Autumn Decay is physical protections, your debuff of physical protections, and Winter Chill is a slow. The debuff from Winter Chill lasts for 1 second, the debuff lasts for 5 seconds, and really you can just kind of pick which one you want. I pretty much stick to the physical power or Spring or Summer Heat or Winter Chill. Those are kind of the ones that I really stick with, but this is my second game with Cernunnos ever. I played him in Arena and then jumped into this, so I'm by no means an expert, but that's kind of what I'm sticking with. I think if you really spent some time with him, you could really get good and pick the right stance or the right rotation season, whatever you want to call that, for the situation. Now, I'm going to have to end up jumping forward just a few seconds here in a second. My computer wanted to update and collapse the game, so I had to pick it back up. I'm just going to cut that out, but you can see it happen here, and it happens again a little bit later on. Super irritating, but I guess I need to update. Now, next up, we have his 2 Bramble Blast. Cernunnos fires a Bramble forward in a line that roots a single enemy hit. Upon hitting an enemy, wall, or reacting at reaching max range, it will explode, dealing damage and spawning an area of brambles at that location. The area deals damage every 0.5 seconds and persists for 5 seconds. Then we have Horn Charge, which is his 3 Cernunnos charges forward, dealing damage and crushing through all enemy types. Now, I kind of use this more offensively, in less of an escape in a few parts, and just kind of dash around the map, but this is an awesome escape. You'll see later on, I completely misjudged the range, and I end up right in the middle of the fight, because you cannot cancel this once you use this ability, or I haven't been able to. Maybe there's something that does fancy button that you have to hit, but as far as I know, you do that full dash, and sometimes it can put you out of in the middle of the fight, which is not where you want to be, and you'll see that later. And lastly, we have Wild Hunt. Cernunnos selects an area where the Wild Hunt will begin. After a 1-second delay, enemy gods in the area will be damaged and polymorphed into wild boars. Polymorph guards are silenced and disarmed. Polymorph is not affected by diminishing returns. Now, this is awesome. It's a great stun. You can use it to get a ton of poke or save somebody, something like that. It's an awesome ability, but it does have a little bit of a charge up, so you have to put it where the enemies are going to be and not where they are for the most part. Alright, now let's get into this gameplay. Now, this is the first match I've ever played against Freya, and guys, late game, holy moly, she just destroys me. We're trying our best to juke out this Vulcan right here. We juke him out, but we get taken down by the Ninja Turtle. Feels bad, but hey, we shut down their ADC. We got an ADC kill, and my team's actually able to wrap up that Kazuma, the Ninja Turtle. They're able to take him out, and hey, that's great. And guys, since this match is so long, it's a 55-minute match, guys. So I'm gonna do my best to speed up things. But hey, we shoved him back. Let's go ahead and head in onto this Void Camp, you know, hopefully down there, Void Camp. I see them rotating over, so I'm going to dash through them, and their Thor showed up as well. And if you see there, I'm going to throw my Bramble Patch down and just keep running away. I'm going to trust that my Cabrakan can get out of that. Sure enough, he does. Great job. You know, that's awesome. We were able to steal their Void. You know, sure, we took some poke there, but steal their Void and get out safely. That's exactly what we want to do. And since our Beset was going in on the Void Camp, I didn't go over there. There's no point in splitting at 3 ways, in my opinion, and we're able to go in on this fight. You can see their Kuzumbo, the Ninja Turtle, their Ninja Turtle, and we end up taking him out. Oh, awesome. And then Freya's here. We zoom in on her, and we're going to be able to wrap her up as well. Awesome, awesome. 2-1-1, you know, just a few minutes into the match. That's great. I was going to go ahead and back there, but I say, you know what, we just got those couple of kills. Let me pick this wave up and get my farm. Hopefully I can, you know, get my trains stacked, but I really want to wait around until I can go back and actually pick up my full boots. I don't want to back this early on, and as long as I can stay fairly safe, you know, I should be okay. If Thor shows up, I should be able to get out of Thor's anything he's going to throw at me, you know, and with both of them down, we did it fairly safely, and, you know, picking up that wave for our trans is absolutely huge. So, great. We're having a great match so far, guys, and this is awesome. I like I said, guys, I've only played him one other time. There was an arena, and I did absolutely terrible. So we're definitely checking this out, and oh man, he's so much fun. But again, guys, I really feel that compared to other hunters, late game, he really falls off. Even with the build that I'm going for on him, I could have gone for a little more crit, but I just don't feel his damage is quite as much as some of the other gods. But really, early game, he's so good. And you can see, having that Bramble, you know, we're able to stun her. We charge in. You see that charge? Oh, it does tons of damage, too. Oh, man. Just shutting that Freya down, and that's exactly what we want to do, because late game, she's going to be very, very dangerous. Now, we're going to go ahead and head over to our Void Camp, take it out, get back to lane, you know, continue pushing this. You know what? Me and Cabrakan, we're doing such a great job together, and this is awesome. This is exactly what you want in a duo lane. I'm going to go ahead and back. I got enough for my boots, you know, perfect time to back. I end up building towards that Executioner. You know, hopefully we can get that thing online quickly and, you know, really start doing some pin, get that attack speed. That's really what I want. Freya's here, and what's going on, Freya? And you see that damage we're able to do. We're getting very, very low, though. We're able to dip out of that, you know, use that charge to get out, but we gotta go. Our Cabrakan ends up finishing off Freya. Man, he's a beast, guys. He's a beast. Ra's rotating over to help delete those other gods. I'm gonna head back. You know, I can stay. I should be able to stay in lane. They're able to take out Thor as well. I'm going to get in that raw heal a little bit, and I've switched to my lifesteal. So we're going to lifesteal up. It's not a lot of lifesteal right now, but it's definitely better than nothing. And just keep an eye on the lane. You know, we're up against the Ninja Turtle, and he can definitely do a ton of damage to me here. So we want to stay safe, be careful. You know, let him push towards us. Stay closer to our tower. We don't have to necessarily worry about a rotation all that much, but, you know, he can very easily delete me, so we just want to be careful with that. Now, we end up shoving this lane because they're turtle backs, and that's what we're looking for, guys. Since they're turtle backed, I'm going to go ahead and clear this lane out, and then we can actually head over to their Void Camp and take their Void Camp out very, very quickly. Now, their Thor's right here. Let's go in on Thor a little bit. Freya does come in behind us, and she actually keeps us from getting stunned by Thor, which, you know, hey, that works for me. I end up using my ult there, and she's able to dodge out of that. Vulcan hits me with that ultimate. Oh, feels bad, man. So let's get out of this situation. I am being chased, so, you know, let's dip out. But my team is collapsing on that fight, and with that Vulcan ult down, my team's going to be able to wrap that up. Hey, great job on their part. You know, we didn't have a whole lot of impact right there, but that's quite all right. You know, we're able to soften them up, and my team's able to rotate over and just clean that fight up. We didn't lose anybody there, and we're able to take out 2 of their guys. Oh, awesome plays. Awesome plays all around. I'm going to try my best to get back to lane, hopefully shove this tower down. Now, it is definitely risky to go in on this tower, but, you know, I got a couple of wards, so I throw those out, and I'm going to go in on this tower. I can see the Ninja Turtle and Freya's heading down, straight down the lane, so I've got vision on both of them, and hey, we're able to take that tower out, no problem. Vulcan is here in mid, though. We're able to bramble him. We're able to hit him with our ult. He doesn't stand a chance, and we're able to take him out, no problem at all. The turtle's here. Let's do some work on this turtle, and you can see I've switched to my slow. Hopefully, we'll be able to keep him slowed, but when the minions start showing up, you know, we're hitting them and not him, and hey, he's able to get out. Oh, feels bad. You know, Bassett did go in there, was able to hit him with her cats, but it just wasn't quite enough. And hey, no problem at all. You know, we're able to force him out. That's great. I need to get back to my lane, though, because Freya is about to go in on it. Now, again, guys, we're going to head to the back of the tower and come into the front. Instead of running through that forward area, through the jungle, we want to go that way just to stay a little safe. Now, I'm chasing this kill because Cabrakan was heading over, and I'm thinking, hey, we might be able to make something happen. And you see here, we have some rotation from Bassett. We should be able to take at least one of them out, and hey, we end up getting that shot on Thor, able to take him out. Freya's caught out, though. We're going to be able to delete her. The Ninja Turtles is here, and so is their Vulcan. We need to be very, very careful of that. Vulcan just used most of his kit trying to get me down, so hopefully we can rotate over and really help out. We take a ton of hits right there, but hey, we're able to dash out of that, you know, help out just enough to take him out, dash out, and then let's get out of this situation as quickly as possible. My entire team is right there, though. they're doing work. Ninja Turtle doesn't stand a chance, guys. And sure enough, they're going to be able to take him out. Now, with so much of my team over at that T2, you know, there's no reason for me to head over there because I'm going to show up to that party very late, and my team's going to need to back off by the time I would even get there, so I'm going to do other things. You know, we end up picking up red, we end up picking up that mid camp, we end up pushing mid lane, and my team overstayed their welcome, unfortunately, but hey, no problem. We're able to head back to our duo lane, and you know, we saw some enemies here. Let's try to snag one. They're right here. Cabrakan shows up. We get that. We miss our brambles onto Vulcan, which is unfortunate, but he did ult, so you know, hey. But we're going to go in on this fight, and we're going to chase them down. I go ahead and switch stances, or switch my weapon to that slow weapon. We're going to hopefully be able to get these guys. Now, I'm not sure if Cabrakan ended up grabbing somebody there or not, but they got out very, very quickly, so let's not worry about that. Let's keep chasing. You can see my entire team is over here. We should be able to take somebody out here. Thanatos gets an awesome double kill right there. Oh, that's great. Great. And, you know, their T2's down. Well, we're having some of the enemy team rotate over here, but, you know, that's quite all right. We should leave this, maybe go pick up Gold Fury. You know, now will be a great time for Gold Fury. I'm going to go in on this Terra a little bit, poke her out. That way she doesn't wrap around and come in behind us. She's actually disengaged from the fight. She's out of the fight. If she shows up, we're going to be able to delete her. And now's the time to go in on our Gold Fury and pick it up for the first time in this match. Now, once we pick up Gold Fury, you know, we're just kind of looking around. What do we need to do? Void Camp isn't there. You know, the lane is pushed up unsafe for me. I'm going to go ahead and pick up this jungle camp and then get back to my lane. Again, guys, we're going to the backside of our lane, you know, the safe side of that lane. And we're able to get a little bit of poke onto that Freya, but, you know, we really want to concentrate on the minions, really get them down. That way, you know, hey, we're a little bit safer. Cabrakan is going in behind that enemy team, though, and we should be able to make something happen. I'm getting ready to hit my ultimate. We are able to ult their Ninja Turtle, but, you know, that Freya can just slip out of that ult so easy. But we end up taking her out. Cabrakan's, oh, he's a beast, guys. I'm going to have to play him. I don't think I've played him yet. I might have. I just can't remember it. But, oh, man, he's beastly. Now, I was going to back there, but I just need a few more gold to pick up a full Deathbringer. So I'm going to wait around, do that, and then we actually end up picking up another ward. So, you know, hey, we're doing good. And you can hear that beeping. My computer wants to update so bad right now. And the second part I'm cutting out is about to start right there. And you can see that little glitchiness. But, hey, well, we're going to continue, you know, we're just looking for things to do. My team's done such a great job of keeping that pressure up. You know, we could have maybe gone for Oracles there, or, you know, Pyromancer. We ended up picking that up earlier. You know, there's just a few things we could have gone for, but, you know, we've done such a good job keeping up the pressure that we should really be rotating for the fights, but I want to keep them off of my tower. And you can see here, I see a fight breaking out. I end up stopping damaging that void camp, and I'm going to rotate over to this fight, hopefully get there in time. I end up taking out that turret of Vulcans. We're going to head over as quickly as possible. I've got my ult ready. We're able to ult that Freya and take her out instantly. Oh, that's great. Vulcan is here. Where you see that hit, guys? Oh, we're starting to really crank out some damage. That's great. And Cabrakan ends up getting this Ninja Turtle. He's gone. He's gone. He just doesn't know it yet. And sure enough, we're going to eventually finish him off. And, you know, that Thor ended up putting that, you know, his little barrier up. If he wouldn't have done that, he'd have probably got away. Now, I'm going to chase this Thor down as much as I can. Hopefully, we'll be able to take him out, but he ends up slipping out. No problem. Let's actually get back to lane. Terra is here. We use that blink to engage, but let's go in on this tower. Let's take this tower down, and sure enough, we're able to take this T2. You know, we're doing great, guys. They've only got one tower up, and we've got all of our towers up still. Oh, this is great. This is absolutely great, and here's where the bad thing's about to happen, unfortunately. Now, I'm not exactly sure why, but Basette was going in on Fire Giant by herself, and, you know, it's just a little bit too early in the match to solo things. You know, I try to help out, but she's going to end up going down there, and my team, you know, our Thanatos is actually DC'd, and, you know, I'm trying my best, but we ended up just giving them the Fire Giant, which is very, very unfortunate. And guys, this is why soloing these big objectives, which we actually end up soloing the Gold Fury here in a little bit. Now, I'll kind of show y'all the difference in those two, but something like Fire Giant should never be soloed, especially this early in the match. You know, we're a little more than half built, but the biggest problem is their entire team was spawning in, and you saw they were able to rotate over. Our team went back to base. Their team was able to rotate over, and yeah, you know, it was just a loss. We ended up dying, you know, having our jungler go down, and we ended up losing Gold Fury. You know, or Fire Giant. Sorry, Fire Giant. And you know, that's pretty critical at this point in the match. Now, I am able to rotate over to our duo lane fast enough. I go ahead and just ult this Vulcan. Let's get him out of the tower. We're able to take him out. No problem at all. You know, he didn't stand a chance, guys. The Ninja Turtle is standing here. I'm not sure exactly what he's doing, but we're going to start poking him. And with our Raw heading over, oh, we're doing work, guys. We end up getting a slow on him. That Raw ult. Oh, man, we're able to take him out. I don't know what he was doing. I guess he was kind of taunting us, but don't taunt us, man. We're able to take him out. You know, but again, our Thanatos ended up DCing, and that's going to be a big issue for us, especially me playing the god that I am. You know, I'm an early stage god, so when we get to that late stage, my damage is not going to be near what it, you know, is of some other gods, and you know, that's going to be a little bit critical. Now, if you see here, guys, we're going in on the Gold Fury, and we're able to take it out solo, but there's 3 of them down, and we have vision on 2 of them. So that's safe. You know, that was very, very safe to take that out, and I did not need rotation. I was able to solo it, no problem at all. If there would have been all 5 of them up, you know, that'd have been a terrible idea, because we would have probably definitely got rotated on, and you know, that'd have just been bad. Now, the enemy Ninja Turtle's heading over to me. You know, we end up taking out his little minion, but let's get out of there. Let's not worry about that. Our Basette is going in, though, so, okay. You know, okay. Well, let's go help assist, but she ends up backing off. Okay, now we can officially back off. And sure enough, that's exactly what we do. Now, we end up rotating over to our solo lane, and me and Cabrakan are here. We're able to just shove this lane, guys, and take down this other T2. So, that's all their towers. And, you know, hey, we're all of our towers, except our mid lane, I guess, so they're still up. You know, unfortunately, our mid lane just fell. But, you know, hey, towers are designed to fall. It's not that big of a deal. We need to head over to our solo lane, though. Vulcan is here, and we're able to hit him with our ultimate. Guys, we delete him. Vulcan needs to stay away from me. We just absolutely delete him. You know, that's great. But you can see we're starting to lose our towers. We're starting to lose our focus. But my team's going in. You know, it looks like they're going to push to the Phoenix. So instead of backing there to go deal with that duo lane, Raw's there. He can take care of that. Let's go help out with the Phoenix. Now, we are trying to push in, you know, in as quickly as possible. Having a DC, the later we get, the harder it's going to be for us. You know, unfortunately, we lose best set there. I'm trying my best to, you know, I would never call this peeling, but I'm going to try my best to slow the enemy gods. You can see we're using our brambles. That's helping Cabrakan get out, and I've also got my 3, so I can just rush away. I've got my slowing, you know, the stance season on or whatever, so hopefully we can slow them. Cabrakan peels off right there, and I'm gonna get caught. I end up throwing that bramble. Very, very weird right there. You know, that's just unfortunate. My 3 just comes off a cooldown. I wasn't paying attention. I should have hit my 3, charged out of that. I might have died, you know, no problem. It would have been much better for me and Cabrakan to stay together when we were retreating instead of splitting up like that, because we probably would have both survived. But is what it is. You know, we ended up getting him out at least. You know, but having 3 people down at this stage in the game, you know, with that DC, it's going to be tough. Now, I'm going to end up cutting out the respawn timers because, again, guys, we're like halfway through the match right now, so I'm going to cut them out. But if you see here, this is a perfect example of just overstaying your welcome. And this is that part where I charge in, and I definitely shouldn't have. You know, I just overestimated how far I was going to go. But we're going in on this Phoenix. You know, let's just stay concentrated on the Phoenix. Let's take this Phoenix out, and that will definitely alleviate some pressure. Now let's get out. You know, we got the Phoenix. Let's just get out of this situation. You know, it's a 3v3 fight right now. You know, we might be able to make something happen, but you know, let's just reset. They're gonna have to deal with this wave, but we end up staying in, and we take out their Ninja Turtle. That's great. Their Vulcan's here. He's fairly low. Their Terra's, you know, their Terra's pretty healthy, but, you know, it's Terra. And this is where I charged in. Ah, man, I wanted to get closer, just not that close, and I get right into the middle of the fight and die. Ah, that was a terrible play on my part. But you can see we're keeping this pressure up. We're staying engaged in this fight, and right now we're at the disadvantage. You know, we need to get out of that fight. Vulcan ends up taking out Raw. You know, our Cabrakan's, I don't know how he gets out, guys. He's got 2 health. He's able to get out of this somehow. You know, great job on their part, but we just overstayed our welcome. We took out that Phoenix. We should have concentrated on another lane, something like that. Gone and picked up a side objective. Would have been a much, much better choice than just staying in. But, you know, is what it is. Now, I'm very close to getting to the max build that I was, you know, really going for. So, you know, we just need a couple thousand more gold, and we're looking for it. I head over to the Gold Fury, but, you know, hey, it looks like we're getting into an engagement. We kind of go over there. We're able to bramble that fight to get it off of that beset, and we stay engaged on it, though, and hopefully we'll be able to take someone out. Unfortunately, Beset goes down there, but she is able to take out Thor. So, you know, it's 1-for-1 trade, and we end up taking out their Ninja Turtle as well. So, again, we're in a 3v3 fight, which, you know, hey, that's great. And they're kind of on the retreat, so hopefully we'll be able to take them out. I end up getting those Brambles onto that Vulcan, and we're able to take Vulcan out. Oh, great. You know, 2v1, their Terra's very, very low. She's hopefully will not be able to defend this tower. Freya shows up. Freya doesn't stand a chance. Oh man, we're able to take her out. We've completely flipped it again. Let's go in on this Phoenix. You know, Cabrakan goes in to tank it. I'm gonna head in. Let's take this Phoenix down. Now, we do get a little bit too cocky here. You know, I'm heading to mid to try to push mid, and then Cabrakan saying, hey, let's attack the other lane. So we go in on that, and then you see that Thor zoom up right there. Oh, this is not looking good. Thor shows up right beside me. Try to get out, and I ended up getting trapped in with everybody, and oh, we're gonna go down there. Feels bad. We do get our ult off in time, and hopefully Cabrakan can get out. Feels bad. Cabrakan is so tanky though. They can't touch him right now, and it's awesome. Now, once I spawn back in, you know, we ended up picking up that 500 gold potion, and we're gonna head over to our solo lane. Vulcan's there, and we gotta get into an engagement over here at the gold, or the fire giant. There, Freya, look at the damage of that that raw ult. Tara got so lucky with that slam, and but you know, hey, we ended up taking her out anyways. Thor shows up, and guys, look at this. I get away with 20 health. We're able to get out of that somehow. And although Raw does end up going down, my team does some great work there. And again, we're doing a great job with these team fights. I'm not having the biggest impact, but we're doing a great job. My team's doing a great job with these team fights. Thor's down there, Freya's down. You know, this is great. I'm gonna try my best to get over to that lane, you know, help out as quickly as I can, because they're starting to push towards our T2, and you know, they're low. We might be able to turn this and make something happen. I throw that, trying to get that around the wall, but we just miss. Cabrakan ends up going on to the Ninja Turtle, and let's follow him up. You know, and sure enough, he gets that cage. We're able to take him out, no problem at all. You know, great. Keeping him on staggered deaths, exactly what we want. Now from here, we end up picking up the fire giant, and we end up grabbing the pyromancer as well. You know, awesome plays, and you know, let's just shove down mid lane. Let's end this. Freya's here. We're going in on her. I use my ultimate, and she ults out of it, and then she deletes me. Oh, yeah, like I said, guys, I've never played against a Freya, and holy moly, she like 3-shot me. Oh man, yeah, you know, I know it's late game, but holy moly. Now, once we spawn back in, we've got to get to our T2. You know, that fight kind of devolved. We lost a couple of people there. We got to get to that T2, and you know, I need to keep my distance though, and hopefully we can kill one of them. We got Thor down low. If we would have had our ult up, we could have probably taken him out. But we got our ult up now. We're able to hit them. And, you know, we need to clear this wave. Wait for our guys to spawn in. We're going to lose our T2 in our duo lane, but that's quite all right. We want to keep them off of our Phoenix. And sure enough, that ends up happening. You know, that's great. We ended up keeping them out. You know, I saw that guy backing right there. I was going to try to get him. You know, guys, at this point, I'm having fun with the match, you know, even though it's a big struggle. I don't want to surrender. You know, let's see what happens. I'm currently, you know, I don't feel that I'm doing bad, but I've definitely hit that kind of wall. I feel everybody's getting a lot more stronger than me, and I'm kind of staying where I was. You know, now that everybody's fed, you know, it's definitely a little more tricky. But hey, we're still having a pretty decent match, and hopefully we can pull out the win. Now again, I do have Chalice, so I want to throw some words out, and it looks like their Thor is getting caught out here. We're able to head in on to him, do tons of damage, and we actually take him out this time. But we've now been collapsed on, so we need to be careful. I'm going to head around that backside, and their Konzumo, Ninja Turtle, he's here. Let's go ahead and head in on him. Tara's there, though. Okay, now we need to play safe. Let's just back out of this situation. You know, there's a ton of them here. Let's be careful. But we end up going in, and Freya deletes me. She deletes me again. Oh man, you know, what can I say? Now, once we spawn back in, you know, we need to kind of keep some vision on the, you know, really on the map in general. But the fire giant has spawned back in. We want to head over there, and sure enough, it looks like they're going in on the fire giant. I'm gonna head in, try to get my ult off, and we are able to snag the fire giant. That's great. That is awesome. Their Thor's here. What's going on, Thor? You know, Thor's pretty weak. Let's take him out. And hey, I'm just gonna disengage from this. Let's make sure we get Thor here. And you know, taking out one god at this point, especially with us having fire giant, is huge. And you know, he was running towards our base. That's the way I wanted to go anyway. So, sure enough, we're able to take him out. That's absolutely great. You know, and here's the spot where I'm like, okay, you know, we got this. I've got Fire Giant. You know, let's go in. Freya's coming towards me. Okay, let's concentrate on Freya. Look at that. Look at that. Like, what? What? Oh, man. Like, I just don't mess with Freya. She's deadly. I could not believe that guy. She was attacking faster than me and hitting 5 times harder than... don't mess with Freya, guys. She's beastly. Now, once I spawn back in, I just haven't quite learned my lesson. I'm heading over here. Freya's here. Raw's here. Let's go in on this. So, she's using her ult here. We should be able to take her out, right? I go ahead and blink in, and we charge... She'd have killed me then. She'd have killed me then, too. Like, are you kidding me? Insane. Just an insane amount of damage. You know, let's go ahead and get this pushing. You know, our solo lane is, you know, it's sitting pretty. Our duo lane is being pushed, but if we can let that go in on the Phoenix and take out Thor, hey, maybe we've got a chance. You know, we've got 2 of them down. Hopefully we can, you know, really make a huge play here. We're able to get that stun on to Terra. You know, again, we need to make something happen, and you can see here we're kind of being surrounded. Get deleted. Get deleted. You know, we had the Ninja Turtle coming in from one side. You know, yeah, really not having 5 people. Oh, it's hurting us. Now, Cabrakan, Raw, and Beset are staying in here, and I'm just going to leave this. This is awesome. They do a great job. Cabrakan is beastly. Look, he's not even hurt right now. You know, Raw's heals. Oh, man, they're doing great. They're doing great, and they're doing work. I'm going to spawn back in, head back down. I want to get there as quickly as possible. Our Raw's taken out there. Vulcan, you know, that's huge. Let's get in there. Unfortunately, Raw goes down there. You know, I go ahead and ult them. You know, we're able to turn them into their, you know, the little pig things, and we end up almost getting their Ninja Turtle. Unfortunately, he gets out. But hey, well, let's kind of back up. You can see, guys, since I'm running full glass cannon, I don't have a whole. I get hit once and I'm hurting, so we need to be very careful. And we end up kind of collapsing onto this Thor. Maybe we can make something happen. I'm gonna go ahead and blink through this wall. We get our root on Thor. He's able to get out. You know, he's got that teleport. I'm not a big fan of Thor, and I'm absolutely terrible with him. But this guy's clearly way better than I am. But hey, we're kind of going into the tower. Let's go ahead and back off. Let's back off here and kind of get healthy, everything like that. We can wait for Raw to spawn back in and have a full team. That's really what I think would be the best choice, and sure enough, that's what my team does. Now, once we all get healthy, I head back down mid lane, you know, and we're just kind of seeing what's going on. Our wards have kind of gone away, so let's throw another ward out. I'm gonna dip into the jungle right here and hey, see what's going on. You know, Freya's here. Okay, just leave, She's gonna delete me. Beset shows up. Let's go ahead and go in on her. We're able to take her out. Awesome, getting her out of the way. You know, that's gonna free me up to actually be able to make an impact. Thor ends up getting behind me and deleting me. Luckily, my team isn't terrible, and they're doing work. Now, once we spawn back in, again, I'm getting tired of saying that, you know, and you can see, guys, once we kind of hit that wall, we were like 12-1, and now we're 12-9. We're just I could be wrong. You know, some of y'all mains out there might be able to tell me otherwise, but I really feel he kind of falls off. But hey, we ended up getting that huge ult right there. You know, we're doing work. Cabrakan staying in, though. We need to get out. We've already lost 2 people. You know, let's get out of this situation. Hopefully be able to, you know, continue fighting. I throw those brambles down just in case they chase. Now it's time to defend. Let our team spawn back in. I'm going to head over to our solo lane side and, you know, just keep them from really stomping this lane. You know, I see Thor use his ultimate there. I'm going to go ahead and back up. Let's just top off on health. Let's let him waste his ultimate, top off on health, and sure enough, get back into lane. And you can see here, they're going to take this Phoenix. We're not going to be able to do a whole lot, but we can get a ton of free poke on them right now. and that's exactly what we want to do. And you see there, we're hitting pretty decently, but again, you know, it's not enough with all 5 of them. It's going to be very tough to do what we need to do. But we lost a Phoenix. It's not the end of the world. They're rotating over to our mid lane Phoenix. Let's go ahead and just keep that pushing. My team's slowly spawning back in. If all we have to do is keep them from really stomping us and taking all of our Phoenixes down, and we have a chance. Now, just like earlier, guys, they do the same thing we do with the Phoenixes. They're being too cocky, taking out all 3 Phoenixes, and we're going to punish them severely for it. Thor is the first one to go down there. I'm going to, you know, let's keep it up. Let's keep it up, guys. That raw ult on that Freya, oh man, great. Then we end up hitting that Terra. We ult that Terra, get massive damage on her. I'm going to let my team go in on that. I'm going to go in on Turtle. You know, he stopped the lazy back, and we end up deleting him right there. 4 of them down, guys. 4 of them down. That's absolutely huge. And this is the march to victory. 55 minutes in. What, we lost Thanatos at what, like 23 minutes in, something like that. Oh, this has definitely been an uphill struggle. And you see here, Vulcan, we take Vulcan out. Oh, easy peasy. Well, we're tanking tower hits, but who cares? Let's win. Let's finally end this match. Oh, it's been almost an hour, and me and Bracken here, we're just shoving this, you know, it'd have been cool if Bassett stayed, but, you know, no problem. Raw's coming in the mid lane. He's able to take out that mid lane Phoenix and then head in onto this Titan. Titan doesn't stand a chance, and look at this Raw ult. Boom! Finishing them off. Awesome. Awesome match. What a great ending. You know, it was definitely a struggle, but we pulled it off, guys. Well, that's going to wrap it up for this F7 guy with Cernunnos. I really hope y'all enjoyed, and I really hope y'all stuck around for the end. And if you did, show me some love, leave me a comment, think about subscribing, add me on Smite, guys. I'd love to play with y'all, and as always, I'll see y'all in the next video.